Man, sometimes being a Barcelona fan is the most stressful thing in the world, especially, man, especially when you hop on Twitter, because when you go out on Twitter, like, it's a bunch of bullshit being said, fans fighting with each other, all this, that, and this, news breaking out that we're selling him this and that. Oh, man. And yet again, we got hit with no more news, and I just want this to be over, bro. I just want to enjoy another season of Hansi Flick ball. But no, they want to stress us all the way until the end, until it's all closed and done for the transfer market. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, today we got hit with some breaking news that Chelsea are interested in signing Fermin Lopez, and that they have already opened talks with this camp. But no club-to-club contact yet, as you can see from the tweet right here. Man, well, let's quickly talk about this. Potentially in an imaginary world, Barcelona being stupid enough to sell a player like Fermin Lopez. Because we already know Chelsea are definitely eyeing Barcelona's situation and are looking like, hey, they have this young talent that we could probably take away from because Barcelona are desperate. They can't even sign a player that they bought for $2 million because this board is so incompetent. They don't know what they're doing clearly because they're not doing their job. They're not doing what they're supposed to do. So they have to take drastic measures and potentially sell a young, talented player who has a bright future, who came from the academy and brought us up and has the willingness and the drive to succeed at Barcelona. They potentially want to sell him because, hey, they're desperate. They're desperate. Their financial situation is still bending him over and obviously doing all that. But still, it's annoying seeing this news, and especially when it comes from a reliable source that is David Ornstein. For those who don't know who David Ornstein is, he is as reliable as Fabrizio Romano. When it comes to the news that they report, is very reliable. Of course, they're not perfect. They definitely get some things wrong, but most of the time they are very reliable. So when you see a reporter like David Ornstein report these kind of things, it is very worrying. It is very worrying, especially when you look at what is said. Chelsea are already in touch with this camp. No club-to-club contact yet. Now, they're already in touch with this camp. That's the concerning thing for me because I didn't see anything being tweeted afterwards saying Fermin Lopez's camp has immediately rejected Chelsea. They don't want to even negotiate. They don't even want to talk. Fermin wants to stay at Barcelona. He wants to succeed at Barcelona. We already know Fermin wants to stay at Barcelona. He's already expressed that he wants to stay. Hansi Flick has definitely expressed that he wants to keep Fermin Lopez. So when it comes to him actually deciding to leave, we already saw in the past that he definitely wants to stay. But the fact that I didn't see any kind of tweet like that or any kind of news breaking out that his camp has immediately rejected Chelsea is very concerning. It's also concerning because Barcelona have already come out multiple times saying that they're open to selling Fermin. They're open to selling Casado if they want to leave, right? So it comes down to the players as well because they're on the contract. But Barcelona are not going to shy away of selling the players if the players tell them, hey, could we leave, right? They're not going to shy away from it. And obviously, all Barcelona fans are outraged. I would say most of Barcelona fans are outraged and have even us considering getting rid of Fermin Lopez because it is the stupidest decision, especially when you consider how important he is for the team. Not only as a player to come in for depth, but of the bright future that he has. Like, he's shown it since he made his debut for the first team at Barcelona under Xavi. He's shown it multiple times. He showed it last season. He showed it in the Olympics with Spain. That's when he made his breakthrough to the world for everyone to see the player that he is, the talent that he has, and he's going to show it this season as well. He's going to show it this season. Like, come on. It's stupid, especially when we consider that Dani Olmo is unreliable when it comes to actually staying fit and being available. And sometimes Dani Olmo tends to have stinkers. He tends to have stinkers, so Fermin Lopez is definitely the best option to have as a second choice if Hansi Flick still wants to trust Dani Olmo as the number one choice. Who knows? But Fermin Lopez definitely has the ability to compete for the number one spot over Dani Olmo and put Dani Olmo on the bench. That's just how it is. That's the talent that Fermin has. Of course, I've been critical about him, and he definitely has to improve in some things, but he's 21. He's 21, nowhere near his prime, nowhere near his best. He can definitely flourish and become an even better footballer and be such an important player for Barcelona. And Hansi Flick understands that himself because Hansi Flick has already come out that he doesn't want Fermin Lopez to leave, and he doesn't want to lose any more players because the season is long. He already lost Inigo Martinez, and we all know how pivotal Inigo Martinez is for this Barcelona defense. Now that he lost him, he has to work his magic with the other players that he has available. But Man, it's annoying seeing this kind of news. But let's just say, in a hypothetical world, Barcelona are very desperate and they need to sell. They need to sell Fermin Lopez. He has to go. It has to be done. And Chelsea are very interested in him. Of course, again, Chelsea are definitely looking at Barcelona's situation and say, hey, maybe we can lowball them because they're dire for money. They need to make sales. They need to get things done financially. Maybe we can lowball them. But hey, Barcelona, I'm telling you right now, if you consider any lowball offer from Chelsea, Laporta, count your days. Count your days, because that will be a disgrace. A disgrace. I already saw some figures being thrown out there as to what Chelsea want to offer for Fermin Lopez, saying 50 million. 50 million! Suck my cock. Suck my cock. Hell no. Nowhere near. Fermin Lopez is no. That's such a lowball, disrespectful offer that if Barcelona even get near contacts with Chelsea with that offer, I expect them, the first thing for them to do is send them a letter saying LMFAO, because that is a disgrace of an offer and is such a lowball. But again, considering how desperate Barcelona are and considering how desperate they were, they put a price tag of 30 million for Casado. Who knows at this point, right? Who knows at this point? But being realistic, the minimum price tag that Fermin Lopez goes for, minimum 65 mil. Minimum. But of course, Barcelona, if you are that big club, that aggressive club that don't want to be taken advantage of, you better ask for more. You better ask for more. If they offer 65 million, saying, nope, we want more. 70, maybe considering it a little bit more though. 80 million. All right, perfect. Cool. We'll give you him. 80 million. That'd be fire. But 70 million, 65 million should be the minimum that we get for Fermin Lopez. Minimum. Considering how inflated the market is and how other players, the price tag of other players throughout Europe have shown, come on. Florian Wirtz went for, 120 million? Of course, Florian Wirtz has shown he is a tremendous talent, for sure, for Leverkusen, for Germany at times. But so has Fermin. So if Florian Wirtz goes for 120, Fermin is at least half of that. So Barcelona, please don't disappoint us that you even if Chelsea hit you with an offer and it's anywhere below 65, you better immediately reject and not even don't even have a discussion. At that point, I'd be like, no, you're done with us. We're done. We're not going to negotiate with you, because that is the most disrespectful kind of offer that you can make. 50, no, nowhere near. 65 minimum, max 80 million. But the one thing that definitely frustrates me even more about the potential sale of Fermin Lopez and Barcelona being stupid enough of wanting to sell Fermin Lopez is the fact that the club that we there's a possibility that we'll sell to, it is Chelsea. Chelsea. Where in the mother effing F is Fermin Lopez going to play? Where is he going to play? That is the worst destination that Fermin Lopez could go to. The worst club he could go to. Because where is he going to play? He's not going to start. He's definitely not going to start. Where's he going to play? Cole Palmer, João Pedro have already shown that they can play the number 10. And they can do a great job playing there. Especially Cole Palmer. If Fermin is not starting over Cole Palmer is a level above Fermin Lopez for sure. I love Cole Palmer. He's an incredible talent. He's an incredible player. So nowhere near that 10 level, that 10 spot for Fermin Lopez as of now. On the wings, no. Where is he gonna play? Over Neto, over Gittins, over Estevao, over even Garnacho, who they're still going for Chelsea? No. Striker, he's not a striker. They already have Delap either way and João Pedro to fill in for those spots. They're still apparently interested in Xabi Simons. They purchased Enciso as well from Brighton, who's the same profile as Fermin. It is genuinely the worst destination ever. When Mark Guehi left Barcelona to Chelsea, I'm like, all right, he wanted to leave. He wanted to get more game time, because at Barcelona he was a sub. He was he was coming in as a sub at first, and we saw potential in him. We definitely saw potential in him, but he wanted to leave. But I was like, when he went to Chelsea, I'm like, yeah, you're done, bro. It's over. You definitely went for the bag. They definitely offered you a lot more than Barcelona were offering you in terms of a salary, because you going over there to get anywhere near a starter, yeah, it was not going to happen. And now look at him now. He's at Sunderland. He's at Sunderland. It's the worst destination. Because I'm going to say with full on chest right now, with chest, that if Fermin Lopez were to join Chelsea, I think his career is done. And it's going to be very, very unfortunate. Unfortunate for him and extremely unfortunate for us. Because, man, we all know the potential of Fermin Lopez, what he's capable of. He's going to improve. He's going to get better if he stays at Barcelona. If he stays at Barcelona. There's no other club. Really, the only club that I could consider where he'd be like, all right, fine. If you go over there, you'll probably kill it. You'll probably do something. Is maybe a Bayern Munich, a PSG. From the Prem, no one really, because they're already, when it comes to the top teams, they're pretty much stacked. Like Man United, yeah, nowhere near. City already have Cherki, Marmoush, Foden. They don't need a number 10. Liverpool just signed Flutie and Wirtz. They don't really have anyone else, but I don't want Fermin Lopez going to any other team to be a backup. There's no other really team like besides those teams I just mentioned. Like anywhere else would be a bad destination for Fermin Lopez, and we already know he can play at the top level. So him going to another a B tier team or a team that's a level behind or below those big teams, unacceptable. Unacceptable. Barcelona is the best club for Fermin Lopez right now. Of course, he's Spaniard. He understands the club, the values of the club. He understands his teammates. They are all our friends. You know, everyone was throwing around this whole situation between him and Gavi apparently having beef. That's the reason that he wants to leave. All this and that. Of course, last game how he was benched, because I was even confused about that, because we saw before the game a little clip of Hansi Flick speaking to Fermin Lopez. You know, giving him a pep talk or something as to probably why he didn't start this game. And, you know, it just leads a lot of people bring up these conspiracies, because a lot of the things that we're just seeing, it makes you wonder. It makes you wonder that potentially Fermin might want to leave, right? But news have always been reporting that Fermin wants to stay, that he wants to prove himself at Barcelona, and that is the most motivating thing from all of this, is that he wants to stay at Barcelona, just like Casado, when we were seeing Casado when Barcelona went to sell Casado and all this and that, and then Casado came out saying that he wants to stay, he doesn't want to leave. So that is the positive thing about all this, but it's just so frustrating seeing this kind of news. It's so frustrating seeing this kind of news that Barcelona would even consider and are open to selling these players. That's what pisses me off about this the most, that they're open to selling Fermin Lopez. They're open to selling him. Like come on. Like, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. You know Dani Olmo's situation. You know it. Like, why? Why? And this little experiment of playing Rafinha in the number 10, Rashford on the left, we saw it didn't work well against Levante. So why? Why try it again? Why bench 2 10s with Dani Olmo and Fermin Lopez to try this little experiment with Rafinha playing there just because you want to play Rashford and Rafinha next to each other? It doesn't make sense to me. You have 2 players that can play this position. Play them. Play them. And Fermin Lopez is one of them. And he has the potential to be a full-on starter for Barcelona. In my Barca talk that I made with my friends, I said Dani Olmo has to start for right now, because I appreciate his talent, and I think he can offer us a little bit more if he can stay fit and consistent and play well. But we also spoke about, if we were to sell someone right now, Dani Olmo or Fermin Lopez, let's say we had to sell one of them, we all agreed that Dani Olmo had to be the one sold, because we all understood together in that table that Fermin Lopez is a beautiful talent that's going to develop into an even greater player, that he's going to be essential for Barcelona for many years to come, like Pedri is, like Gavi is, like Casalo is, like Bernal is, like Ubarci, like Lamine. They're in that same boat. They're in that same boat of level of improvement that they're going to be so beneficial for Barcelona. So beneficial. Like, you never want to get rid of these academy players that love and give passion to the club, and at the same time actually have the talent to play for the first team. Actually have the talent. Because we've seen passion in the past, but they just didn't have the talent. They weren't good enough. But these players are. So don't even consider touching them. I don't care what you do at this point, Barcelona. Get something right. Sell seats. Sell this. Pull the lever. I don't care what you do. But don't touch these players. Please do not touch these players. Don't even get near them. They're essential for us for now and the future. Really, really drill that in your head. Please, really drill that in your head. But yeah, that was the video for today, guys. Let me know in the comments what you guys thought, what you guys think about this whole situation. Fermin, for me, to Chelsea, blah, 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 blah. Let's say in a hypothetical world, we did have to sell Fermin. what is a club that you would actually want him to go to, because Chelsea is literally the worst. It's the worst destination. But yeah, let me know down in the comments below. Make sure to like, subscribe, favorite, hit the notification bell for every time we help you share your friends that love football. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Whenever there is, much love, take care, and peace.